Hello, class! Today, we are going to have a talk about qualities, no? Usapang kalidad. This time around, again, of course, we are going to talk about the qualities of teachers. Without further ado, class, there are two classifications of these qualities. We have professional qualities and personal qualities. No? I would like to remind you about what I said during the previous discussion. I said that no matter how knowledgeable you are in your subject matter, you still cannot become effective and efficient unless you develop the skill to convey and impart it to your students. So, embodying these qualities, class, would help you become more effective and efficient teacher. Let's start with professional qualities of a teacher. How can we acquire these qualities? So, according here in the module, you can acquire these ones through vocational courses and practices included in teacher education programs. So, class, as you go along the process of completing these BE-Ed, Gen-Ed, you are going to acquire professional qualities as well. But that depends on you. No? If you let no, if you let these experiences of yours change you or um, contribute to your positive change, no? So experience class, your experiences in this program will help you develop professional qualities, no? So Clifford class 1997, as cited by Hutaman 2010, states that the teacher should possess basic qualities such as expertise in the subject matter, motivation for learning, awareness of student differences, planning for the teaching process, knowing and using teaching learning strategies, designing learning environment, effective communication, and objective evaluation. No, so from that, I will mention to you several professional qualities expected of a teacher. So the first one, class, is mastery of a subject matter. No, you cannot call yourself a teacher if you don't master your own field. Okay, if you are majoring in Gen Ed, then basically you need to become a master of Gen Ed. Again, you cannot teach what you do not know. Second, understanding of the learners. No, I made mention that you need to have needs analysis. You need to know who your learners are. You need to know their background, their family background is specifically their culture, no? Their prior knowledge, their strengths, weaknesses, potentials, their talents and skills. Because if you know this class, then basically you know how to cope your teaching style with their learning style. Next, understanding of teaching principles and skills in the use of techniques for their implementation. No? Class, it is not enough that you only know these teaching strategies. No? You also need to know how to apply this one in an actual situation. And more importantly, it is not just mere applying, but you need to be effective. No? The techniques and strategies that you are using should be also appropriate to your learners. No? Now, what would help us to become effective, no, in the practice of teaching principles and skills? Class, one way for us to attain this one is to make our classroom environment democratic. It means, class, that you should not, what do you call this, uh, apply, no, an iron hand management in your classroom. You need to make it democratic, which means you need to make your learners part of it. They should feel sense of belongingness while they are inside your classroom. no? It should not be teacher-centered, but rather student-centered. Remember, class, in the educative process, the learners is in the heart of the process. We are only the facilitator and the supporters. We are we are not the heart of the educative process. The learners are. Okay? General understanding of other branches of knowledge. So class, just because you're majoring in gen ed, it doesn't mean that you should not know about other fields as well. So, of course, you need to be also updated with other areas. No, for example, in my case, my major is English, but it doesn't mean that I am not good in history. I am not good in Filipino. I am not good in social sciences, in mathematics, 'di ba? So ibig sabihin pala kailangan mag-acquire ka din ng knowledge na outside your field of outside your field of expertise, no? Remember, class, education today is integrated. Ibig sabihin, it is not solely focused on the subject matter that you are teaching. It is also good to give another knowledge, no, another phase of information from different learning areas. Last, we have understanding and appreciation of the teaching profession, no? So, hindi pwede na hindi ka proud bilang isang teacher, no? You need to see yourself as an important person, no? Hindi pwede na ina-underestimate mo yung sarili mong profession. Remember, class, kung paano mo tinitingnan yung sarili mo, nakaka-epekto din yan kung paano ka tingnan ng ibang tao. At some point, no, sometimes how we treat ourselves is how other people treat us. No, so we need to have no a strong sense of identity. All right. Second one, we have personal qualities of a teacher. So your personality as a teacher has many effects on your students and on your classroom atmosphere. A teacher sufficient in terms of personality affects his or her students in a positive way, while an insufficient teacher in terms of personality alienated his students from school or even from learning itself. Okay? Say for example, class, no? Let's say we have two teachers. Let's name them Teacher A and Teacher B. Now, both of them are intelligent. Both of them are good performing. However, Teacher B is more approachable than Teacher A. Teacher A is quite strict, no? Strict si Teacher A at hindi masyadong nagsasmile. No? Si Teacher A is very formal, very anong tawag dito, very stiff, no? Kung trabaho talaga. However, Teacher B is very friendly to students. So, by that class, of course, saan kaya sa kanilang dalawa yung magkakaroon ng harmonious relationship with students, right? So, pwede natin sabihin na Teacher B, no, affects more meaningful learning than Teacher A. No? So, remember class na yung mga learners natin, mas natututo sila. No? Learning is maximized when they are comfortable. So, how can a student become comfortable in a classroom na kung saan ang teacher ay nakakatakot? For example, kung saan ang teacher ay napaka-strict. No? I am not saying na we should not be strict. What I am saying is, we need to balance it. No, we need to remember what is more important, no? Pero hindi din naman maganda na sobrang close na tayo sa mga students natin to the point na nakakalimutan na nila yung limitations nila, no? So, kasi kapag ganyan yung nangyayari class, baka makalimutan na rin nila kung sino yung teacher nila. Ano ho? So, ibig sabihin pala, personal qualities, no? Importante siya. No? Without further ado, here are some personal qualities. So the first one, we have tolerance and being patient. Of course, class, not all students are the same. So meron talang mga estudyante na nakakaintindi agad-agad ng lesson, but there are also students who cannot digest the lesson in just an instant. no? In order for these students to learn as well, we need to be patient in teaching them, because if you stop in a moment, gagalit ka na agad. So instead of becoming motivated in learning class, ang mangyayari sa bata, madidiscourage na yan na pumasok sa eskwelahan. Second, being open-minded, flexible, and adaptive, no? So, if say for example, you have an emergency situations, no, kagaya ng nangyayari sa atin ngayon, we have this what they call new normal, no? Just because merong mga changes sa environment, it doesn't mean that you are going to stop there. No? We need to find a way in order for us to cope with the change, right? So, of course, we need also to become open-minded. Let's not be judgmental. Okay? Let's give one another a benefit of the doubt, and of course, as much as possible, give understanding talaga. Next, being affectionate, understanding, and humorous. No? Actually, class, our humor, our ability to understand and to become affectionate, no, influence the teaching and learning process in a very big way, no? Napakalaki ng influence nun sa sa process. Kasi imagine mo, class, may mga estudyante kasi na they don't believe in their own capabilities. May mga students kasi na they don't see themselves the way we see them. No, magaling sila and yet they don't see that. So, if you are this kind of teacher, class, na kung saan nakikita mo talaga yung potentials ng mga bata, then you can make these students believe that they can do something, that they can make a difference. If other students can be successful in their studies, then they can also do that. No? So, ito yung kailangan ng mga estudyante. Dapat maging ganitong teacher tayo, class. No? We should also be humorous. No, humorous, ibig sabihin, you have the ability to make the lesson delivery class more interesting. So, ibig sabihin pala, class, hindi ka boring. No? Next, high success expectancy. High success expectancy, it means that you need to have high hopes for your students. So, you don't tell your students na okay lang, wala naman akong maaasahan. Hindi ganoon kasi nakaka-discourage yun sa part ng mga estudyante, class. Next, being encouraging and supportive. No? If nakikita ng mga estudyante, class, na you are supporting their learning, mas pagpuputihin pa nila yung pag-aaral nila. You need to be encouraging as well. Diba? Kasi sometimes, ang estudyante, nangangailangan lang yan ng konting push. Lastly, you need to have democratic personality. Democratic personality in a sense na you make the students feel that they are part of the classroom. You make them have a sense of belongingness. Hindi mo sila in out of place, no? So that they won't become like those students na nandiyan lang sa isang corner ng classroom, parang hindi nag-exist, no? Ibig sabihin, you celebrate each and every one of your students. Okay?